Hello, hazmats. It is me, Biohazard-R-Us. I just wanted to take some time of yours today to go ahead and make a little appreciation video. I've reached 106 subscribers. I meant to do this at 100, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, it's been a couple days since that. We really haven't gone past 100 too much. I think we're at 102 and 103 for a few days, and I got busy with work and some other stuff, so I was like, okay, I'm going to make this at 105, and then 105 hit, and I was like, awesome, perfect, let me go ahead and get started at this. And then as soon as I made this project and started getting ready for it and everything, I looked back and I was at 106. I'm like, oh well, it's my 106 subscriber appreciation special. But anyway, like I said, I did want to take the time to say thank you to all of you, to all 106 of you guys, as well as to any future subscribers who may be watching this video, any of my other videos, any posts on my Facebook page, which is Biohazard-R-Us, as well as Random Gamer Talk, both of which are actually in the description for the links to the Facebook pages. So you can check them out there, post stuff like video gaming memes, news, etc., sales, content, it's stuff like that, just a whole bunch of random stuff, most of it related to video game, I'll say that. Sometimes I'll post a little like a heavy metal song or something along those lines. Just kind of have fun, some content for everybody. But like I said, so 106 subscribers. Holy crap! Never really thought I would even use the share button on the PS4, let alone make a totally dedicated YouTube channel. For that kind of thing. And I never really thought, okay, when I did make a YouTube channel, it was back in 2012, I think, and I didn't post any videos at that time. I just used it more of just to comment on videos and to like videos, this way I could save them for later, that kind of thing. And then when I got my PS4 in January of 2012, I also joined the Random Gamer Talk Facebook page, and I had we were struggling to get a lot of interaction on the posts and whatnot. We were posting some good stuff, and at least I thought it was good stuff, and it just wasn't reaching a lot of people. Not a lot of people were seeing it, not a lot of people were interacting with it. And so I was like, okay, well, what else can we do that we can increase page reach, increase people's interactivity with with each post and everything like that. And I said, okay, well, let me check out this share button. Let me see what it, what it could actually do. And I took a couple screenshots of it, of some things first. I'm like, okay, this actually came out pretty well. Those are some really good quality screenshots. I'm like, okay. And so once I saw that, I'm like, okay, well, there's a video thing too as well. And I'm like, okay, so let me test this out. And the first video I recorded was actually I was playing Dying Light with my my good friend Ghost of Death 99. We were playing Dying Light, and I had climbed up onto this roof. I had fallen off, and then climbed back onto a different section, and there was a dude waiting for me at the very end of this rooftop. And so I ran up to him, sprinting at him, and just dive kicked him in the face, and he just flew off the roof so far. Fuck physics, this guy went flying, and he landed perfectly, absolutely perfectly, on a metal barrier that was meant to keep zombies out, that was covered with barbed wire and everything, kind of reminiscent of what you saw, or what soldiers saw on Omaha Beach. Those X things, I know there's a name for them, but I can't remember. But anyway, it was so perfect. I'm like, okay, you know what, I just did this. I'm gonna save it, I'm gonna share it, and I'm gonna post it and see how it does. And it actually did quite well. Usually we were getting reach of about 100 at most or so per post, and this video I think got 800 some things. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what we got to do from now on. We got to post a lot of videos. And because of that, because of the the reach and everything that we got from that, I started using the share button a lot more often to capture certain certain sections of my game, certain funny moments, certain certain things that are you could never do again, unless you're damn good at recreating things, and or you just get pretty much extremely lucky. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start using that. And sure enough, it became a big hit. And so I'm like, okay, well, I need, someplace better to post this because, Facebook is pretty good, but I'm like, what, I see all these people on YouTube all the time with all their gaming videos and everything. I'm like, okay, well, you know what, let me, just for the hell of it, I'm going to make my own YouTube channel and, post these gaming videos and just see how it does. And like I said, at the time, I had my YouTube channel for about a year and a half or so, maybe a little less. And I'd never posted anything to it. And my buddy Ghost of Death had actually captured something from Grand Theft Auto 5 and posted it to his channel. I'm like, hey, can I do like a little like mashup video of this one? And it was like just, it was him driving down the one of the highways and crashing into some like cars and some squad cars and everything. And I'm like, you know what, this looks like it would be a funny video to put, actually, and more as a joke, but one of my favorite songs. It's called I Gotta Poop by Gamble, and I definitely urge you to look it up. I'll put a link to the song in the description, but it's a hilarious song, especially with the music video. And so like, I gotta put this together. So I put it together. And on Facebook it did really well, and obviously at the time I didn't have any, subscribers on YouTube except for my buddy Ghost of Death. So I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Let me know. This is just gonna get started. So I had posted it, and then I'm like, okay, well, I can't just post this, so I'm gonna post some other stuff. And slowly I started posting, a lot more videos, and then it ended up just, posting a whole bunch more and more and more. And then once I kind of hit, I think it was either 15 or 20 subscribers. I think it was 20. I was like, okay, I got to start taking this a little bit more seriously than just, capture and post. And, I'm like, okay, well, I have, at least what I would consider a lot of subscribers because, I'm probably, maybe in a few, maybe 5-7 years or so, I'll probably be, hopefully in the 100,000 area, maybe probably more like the 10,000s, but sure, whatever. So I was just like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and, make this a little more serious. I'll put like a watermark on the channel, on the videos, a page brand icon, and I ended up making an intro a lot later, but still I made my own intro with one of the songs I created in like 2007 or something like that on GarageBand. So I just put that in there because, it had a nice little, groove to it. So I'm like, okay. And, the more and more I kind of posted and the more and more I kind of grew with subscribers and everything, I'm like, okay, I gotta put, take this a little more seriously. So, that's how my YouTube channel kind of came to be. And, I'm at 106 subscribers. I'm, really proud of it. It's not, where I want it to be. A lot of my videos don't get, well, most of my videos hardly have any comments or likes or whatever. And the few ones that do are more of just like music related stuff that's like really popular, like, a couple Metallica videos, a Five Finger Death Punch video, which actually has the most, this one video alone on my YouTube channel, this Five Finger Death Punch video, has more views than every single other video on my YouTube channel combined. This one video, I have like over 300 videos on my channel, so that says a lot about this video. But yeah, so it's interesting to see how some videos, can absolutely just take off, and others are just like, eh. And the ones you think are going to be like, oh man, this is going to, get so many views. People could be like, how the hell did he do that? And that kind of thing. And it gets like 2. And you're just like, oh, damn. But, that's something to look forward to in the future, But, yeah, let me talk a little about myself, I guess. My real name is Nick. I'm 21. I currently work for Harley Davidson. It's actually, it's a technicality that I work for Harley Davidson. I actually work through a third-party licensed manufacturer known as Combex, and they make a lot of stuff for Harley Davidson in some of their in like one section of their factory. Otherwise, they produce a lot of stuff for like ATVs, boats, engine parts for vehicles, motorcycles, boats, etc. Basically, what I do, I am a key miller. I basically like cut the grooves and the teeth into keys, as well as I make like small parts for engines, like ignition housing, engine brackets, knuckles, etc. That kind of stuff. Small pieces that would end up being shipped off in massive quantities, 40, 50, 100,000, that kind of thing. to Harley Davidson in Milwaukee, or some other other places. If another place needs certain pieces, send them off once they're fully made like that. But yes, that's my current profession. I'm actually loving it. It's a lot of fun. It's quite easy. It's just a little monotonous, but I ain't complaining about that. If I go home after a 9-hour shift, slightly exhausted, but got a lot done, and it was still easy work, then I'm happy. So that's all I really care about. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm a pretty laid back guy. I mean, I guess I just like watching movies and chilling, whatnot, playing video games, as you guys have seen. I personally consider myself to be a decent gamer. I do play a ton of video games, so I would kind of consider also myself like a hardcore gamer. It's just certain things are just like so daunting, like certain challenges, certain trophies and whatnot. Speaking of which, I am a trophy hunter. That is one thing I definitely am like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to get this today. And approaching 5,000 trophies at this time. I'm at like 4,994. And it's going to be interesting because I'm going to make Black Ops 2 my 5,000th trophy as a platinum. And I'm going to get the platinum for Black Ops 2. And I'm only 4 trophies away, so I can get a couple other trophies from some other games. It's just the thing is that, like, this game is, from what I have to do, even though I only have 4 trophies, I'm still so far away from this platinum. So it's going to be a very good challenge for me, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, so, I mean, other than that, not really much to say about myself. I kind of live a quiet life and like to keep it that way. But yeah, like I said, I have a ton of videos that I still need to post. I don't know exactly how many, but I know there's a whole bunch. It's taking up about 150 gigabytes worth of space on my computer. And if you think about it, HD videos obviously are going to be really big in file size already. But the thing is that these HD videos, they range from like 30 seconds to a minute, all the way to like 15 minutes. And a movie itself, okay, that's a 2-hour HD, 1080p HD, or even 720p HD. Movie is like a single gigabyte or maybe 1.2 gigabytes or something. And to have 150 gigabytes of space used up by these videos, that's like, holy crap. I could fit basically 150, maybe 140 of these HD movies, like full-length movies, onto my computer's hard drive, and equal how many videos I have. So that really does say a lot about what I have. But a lot of good stuff coming up. It's just I need to get time to actually edit them, actually put them through the color correction and the editing and the the image sizing and everything like that. Export them to to actual video formats and whatnot. So, and then actually post them too. That's you can do all the work and then not post them. But yeah, so it's interesting, to see what I kind of have, because I have some stuff from like, early 2015 that I haven't even gone through yet, and I'm just like, I just gotta get through this like now, and so I kind of like sit down, make a whole bunch of edits, on a bunch of different videos, so I make a lot of progress, and then don't end up really finishing one, and I'm like, okay, I got a lot done, but nothing to post. So I'm like, all right, well, you know what? From now on, I'm just gonna go ahead, starting like this week or something, I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on one and focus on, getting that one done and then making the next one, and then just go, like that, instead of working on like 6 at a time or something. And it sucks because I have like so many videos in my backlog, and I just want to keep working on them. And I also have some other ideas for like some other joke stuff. Like I'm gonna be well, I don't know when, but I'm going to be at some point posting a new Tourette's guy video, because I absolutely love that guy. Fuck. Oh, I don't know why it gets me. I'm easily entertained, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, so I mean that's that's me. I'm into heavy metal music, chilling, video games, movies, and putting stuff together, making people happy. With some of my crappy gameplay videos, it's made some people laugh. Me failing miserably at a couple Black Ops 3 Zombies games. me failing to hit some blood bottles from this game here, Zombie Army Trilogy. You know, it's been kind of funny to to post not only the good stuff that you could never replicate even if you tried, and then some of the embarrassing moments too, the ones you're like, oh god, I wish no one had seen that. And then to post those, it one goes against everything that I believe. It's like I want to, put up a good image for people. I want to do, make myself look good and make myself look like a very proud and stand tall kind of individual. And so to post some of these embarrassing moments in video games, like losing these combos and everything, it's kind of fun, and kind of just more of just, hey, you know what, I screw up, I'm human too. And it's very interesting to see, because a lot of these YouTubers and everything, they're like, okay, I just didn't want 313 and 7 on this one match, but then they don't post their games that they went like 1 and 27 or things like that. So it's good to kind of remain a human, and remain kind of imperfect in some of these videos. And I take pride in, like I said, what I've done so far, and I'm really proud of how it's been growing. I think after 100 subscribers or so, I'll start to get some more reach. I mean, even my live streams, I just hit, this is going to sound really funny, I just hit a record high of how many people were watching at a single time with Alien Isolation. I hit 11. Like I said, I know it sounds funny. Yeah, I had 11 people watching at one time. Awesome. But that's never happened before. I think the most I've ever had was like 6 or 7. So to hit 11, and just see that counter going from 6 to 8 to 10 to 11, that kind of thing was just like, holy crap, it's growing. It really is, and it's growing right before my eyes, and I absolutely love that. So but yeah, like I said, this is more of just a straight up thank you video, a little bit about myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, I will be posting more videos, I do promise, not just live streams, so be sure to check back, for those videos and everything. And like I said, don't forget to check out my Facebook pages, links are in the description. And as always, you guys have a good rest of the day, and happy gaming.